Have you ever wondered why, when you're looking at a sunset or a sunrise, you can stare at the sun without it burning your retinas out? But when it's midday, you would do that, it would burn them out. That's because the sun is not 93 million miles away, like they say. If it was, it wouldn't matter if it's at the horizon or right above you. It'd still be 93 million miles away, and it would burn your retinas out both times. But because the sun is actually a local object, and it's physically moving away from you, the light is attenuating, and it's getting duller. Simple as that. It's just moving away from you, and it's not as bright as it is when it's right above you. That's it, that's all it is. Most of the time it appears like it's getting smaller, for the same reason. It's moving out of your perspective range. So yeah. If it was 93 million miles away, that would be burning your retinas out still. So the sun is local, Earth is flat. Deal with it.
If the Earth is flat with a dome covering, how do you explain satellites or any of the space exploration we've done? Right, so this is the satellite that supposedly circles the Earth in outer space. I need you guys to set aside biases, indoctrination, all of that stuff for a second here. Look at this picture, or any picture of this. Does this look like a real photo? Does this look like it's not CGI? Who took this photo? Who took any of the photos? They all look similar. And why is NASA the world's largest consumer of helium? Do you guys remember the Chinese weather balloon incident in 2023 where everybody was freaking out because the government wouldn't shut down and people were worried because they're telling everybody it's a Chinese spy balloon? The response is that it was apparently over a school and they were worried that it might come down and take out the school and that there might possibly be in it. This is the Chinese weather balloon. This is the space station. This is the Chinese weather balloon. World's largest consumer of helium. If we were capable of space exploration, why do they consume so much helium? Why does everything go up on a balloon? Why is every satellite picture CGI? The Chinese weather balloon was one of our satellites that was failing, so it was like floating. Why do you think they refused to take this thing down? These things come crashing down all the time. You could look up videos on this. It's actually pretty frightening. Like, people will just be standing there and like the balloon just like takes them out like at an angle. Like they're just like wiped out. Here's some more of my favorite evidence that we've never gone to space. This is one of the official pictures from the Mars rover. This is off of the NASA website. There's no life on Mars, but there's rats? Really? Keep in mind too that they're currently getting like $80 million of tax dollars a day. He wrote multiple books on these topics, and he's gone up to basically every astronaut to try and debunk this. When he asked Buzz Aldrin to put his hand on a Bible and swear that they went to the moon, Buzz Aldrin punched him in the face. When he asked one of the other astronauts, the astronaut's response was to scream that if he doesn't stop, the astronaut would call the CIA on him. Why would you call the CIA? Because he asked you to put your hand on the Bible and swear that you went to the moon. Space exploration is not possible. We cannot leave the Earth. And again, NASA was started by Freemasons. It currently is ran by Freemasons. They're laughing at us and can't believe how gullible we are. Hence why almost every single NASA picture, they intentionally have stuff like this. And remember, rats are like animals that praise. So they're not doing this by accident. These people are not stupid. They do this on purpose to see what they can get away with and like not have us notice. Entertainment purposes only. These are strictly my opinions. Okay, so I totally get it, but I'm guessing that if you watched a rocket launch, it did one of two things. It either went straight up and curved, NASA's explanation as to why rockets do this type of curve is that they follow an entire circle around the Earth to gain momentum and then like blast off. So they do a circle and blast off. So I want you to try to think of how much fuel it takes to get an airplane somewhere. So airplanes need to be refueled like every couple thousand miles. Rockets are slightly bigger, I understand that. But just think about what they're telling you. And then I want you to think about the fact that the ones that curve are all launched from Florida. And then I want you to think about the fact that all of the ones that are launched that curve are launched from the same area of Florida. Coincidentally, around the area of the Bermuda Triangle is where a lot of people see what they think to be rockets falling out of the sky. So if not that, then you've probably seen this. So NASA will tell you that that's some kind of like chemical reaction. Look with your own eyes and put the trust in your own senses. That is water. They are breaking through the firmament. And the reason you'd hear space stories corroborated is because every single person in history that tried to come out against NASA or sue them or disprove them as far as like they worked directly with them or they were supposed to be an astronaut on a ship, right before the information went public, those people all just had health issues and disappeared. So if you don't corroborate the space story, you literally get gone. And I just want to make it clear, I'm not trying to like bamboozle anybody or anything like that. I'm genuinely like, I don't make any money off of these videos or anything like that. I just really want to spread the truth because I think that we as people deserve to know the truth. And I just want people to start trusting their own senses and like what's in their own head, because I know we all have it in us. We've just been trained to look to somebody else for the answers.
Now, I really hope you're not a 10-year-old boy that is innocent and doesn't know these stuff, right? So you're the same guy that, or Paul, that asked why we can't see Mount Everest from England. It's like, did you really? Mount Everest, England, 4,600 miles. Do you really expect to see through 4,600 miles of atmosphere? Forget the curve, atmosphere. Like, I completely understand. I don't remember school teaching me about atmosphere. It's like, it's a little common sense, but not until I got into flat earth I started to pay attention to this. So the more atmosphere there is, the less likely light will be able to bounce off mountains to get to you. And that's why sometimes it appears that there is no mountain until Mount Canigou is lit from behind from the sun. And the sun, according to the globe model, moves, as well as the flat earth model. We have different explanations to why. The globe earth says it's tilting, it's moving in its sequence, you know, going from equinox to equinox. So the sun travels through the skies. Not always does it set behind these mountains. I hope you learned something new today. It's like, why do I even try? It's like, people like you are the ones that are keeping the puppet masters controlling the puppets. Like free energy. It's like, it's not new technology. It's Nikola Tesla technology. Since 1921, they were powering electric cars to drive. No battery, no charging, just from the air. How cool would that be, you know? Just no more gas, just change your brakes and tires and let's go. Oh wow, this guy now, he first started powering up TVs, and now recently he's powering up homes. I learned this back he came out like 2020, I think. But you know, if you try to disrupt big business, things just happen. But thankfully, he's still alive. But yes, electric potential increases with altitude increasing by 100 volts per meter every meter of ascent over a flat desert or the sea. What next? Food? We could literally plant all this wasted land with male trees when there could be female trees all around. They could be in the city too. Female trees. For every 100 female trees, put up one male tree to pollinate. I mean, we know males could pollinate a lot of females. Water, well, you know, water's pretty much everywhere. We could desalinate the sea. We could dig a hole and get all natural water. It's like we could bring water from the mountains. We could extract it from the atmosphere. We could collect rainwater if it wasn't so contaminated with aluminum. But it's like, what do I have to tell you? It's like, when you finally defeat Satan's forces and cross the ice walls, are you trying to be funny? Ha ha ha. But it's definitely a crazy time to be alive. Know where you are at. Think of where you are at. And trust where you are at. And you are only going to find that in here. In here. Not outside. In here. God knows why things happen. It's crazy times to be alive. Crazy things are happening. But as long as you are for the greater good, for His will, not our will, it'll be all right.
So I was taking a plane to Hawaii, and I had this massive realization about our Earth. About our exponentially curving horizon seen from 38,000 feet. That's right, I took these photos. Look at all that curve, just for miles and miles and miles. That's absolutely insane, guys. Now that was probably near California, viewing that southern part. But this is somewhere near Vegas, approximately 200 miles from Vegas, and they're able to see an island in the Las Vegas area from 200 miles away at a 28,000 foot elevation. Now you can do the math, guys, and tell me how much curve is there, because there's so much. It's actually insane that he can even see anything, because it should be refracting over the curving horizon. And we all know refraction's not perfect, right? How the Chicago skyline is perfectly there from 50 miles away. Is that possible on a globe? But of course it's possible on a globe. Why wouldn't it be? That's why all these pictures show so much exponential curvature. Duh. And we all know the pyramids of Giza are perfectly aligned with the Orion's belt, even though the Earth is a globe.
You cannot have a shadow smaller than the object casting it. Meaning, the moon can't be 2,100 miles wide if it only casts a 300-mile shadow. Prove me wrong without using a computer.
Get all the time, this question about how come there's not any pictures of flat Earth? How come we can't ever see any pictures of flat Earth? This is every picture taken here on Earth is a picture of flat Earth. What you're looking for and what you're trying to get us to show you is a picture of a flat Earth from what you call outer space. And there is no outer space. So until you get over your indoctrination, until you can critically think about the way this works, you're going to ask questions like that. How come there's no pictures of the flat Earth? Every picture is of the flat Earth. And even so, when we show you time and time and time and time again, flat horizon lines, flat lines of sight, pictures and videos from 100,000 feet with drones and helium balloons, and the horizon is flat and at eye level. Nope, that's not good enough. No, we're not going to accept that. You're going to accept something that you have never seen. You have never personally been to space and seen what these images show, all of us. You haven't ever seen that personally. You're just taking somebody's word for it. Yep, that's a picture from NASA or whatever space agency, science agency, geological society, astronomical society, whatever. You've never seen it. You've never been there. You don't know. But you're just saying, okay, well, these people are right. And yet the same pedigree of scientists that are showing you all of the math, all of the visuals, all of the pictures, it's measurable, demonstrable, repeatable, over and over, it's flat, and you're still just nope, because you're looking for something from outer space. There is no outer space. You're looking for something that is scientific and from a body that you trust, an entity that you trust. Well, those are the liars. The ones that you trust are the liars. So at some point, try something else. Just look at it. And here's the deal. There's not a single flat earther alive today that was born a flat earther and that just came out of the womb, just, yep, it's flat. And I know it, and I've disagreed my whole life. It's been flat, it's always flat. Not one of us. We were all globe believers. Once you see the truth, once the light comes on, then you realize, oh my God. But you've got to get to that point. You have to take that step. Everything you're asking for is there. Pictures, proof, science, math, all of it.
it came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.